What's up, guys, and welcome back, or if you're new, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to be jumping right back in to the Vanguard quest line here in Starfield. You know, we kind of put it on the back burner because we were doing the Crimson Fleets / Systech United Colonies faction quest line, and in the previous episode we actually ended that one. You know, we killed Delgado, the leader of the Crimson Fleet, and we took down the entire organization. So it was a pretty eventful episode. If you guys haven't watched it, I highly suggest you go back and you know, take a look. And we also got the Crix Legacy, so we're sitting on 300,000 credits. So we got a lot of money to spend on ship customizations, you know, weapons, resources, all that good stuff. But I'm excited to jump back into this quest. You know, when we first joined the Vanguard, we actually went to a planet. We were trying to help out a settlement, and we ran into a terramorph. That's the nickname, I guess they call it, but it's like an alien creature that was created in some fucking lab, and they were trying to like militarize it, and it kind of backfired, of course. You know how that works. But you know, we're gonna continue this one. We're gonna go meet Hadrian. I believe that's her name, but she's standing right there, right in front of us. We're gonna go talk to her and kind of continue this quest. But I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough, or you're enjoying the game if you guys are playing it. You know, I'm having a blast. I'm about 60 hours in, and I feel like I'm nowhere near the end. But you know, I'm gonna stop talking now. We're gonna get into some gameplay. But I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and let's get this thing started. All right, so we're gonna go talk to Hadrian.
Captain, over here.
What's up, lady? She got some crazy eyes.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC, it's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
So she's a damn clone. I was about to say, what?
A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked.
I don't know, but that's so damn weird. Are there any others from your program still out there, other clones?
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young, training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it.
This Ve Victus must have been an impressive commander.
He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, They're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
Well, you just killed a bunch of innocent people, I'm guessing. I know that if you go to the museum here, you can kind of read or kind of learn more about, you know, the history of the settled systems, so to speak.
He had his men open fire on civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne. A battle that he ultimately ended up losing anyway, devastating the UC fleet and bringing the colony war to an ugly end for the UC. But he's also the one who ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport during their outbreak, condemning countless lives. Both sides agreed the settled systems would be better without him.
I mean, yeah, he bombed that city of London, but like if it was overrun by, you know, terramorphs, then what? I mean, I don't know. I guess you could try to save the people. Probably the right thing to do. Wow. And I thought my family was messed up. Not sure I can blame them. This family of yours doesn't sound like they were paragons of virtue. I don't know, man. This might be...
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Are you willing to... Your eyes, the red, is that a result of the cloning process? We'll keep asking questions.
That's actually a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Mars' deepest mines. Folks used to adversity. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift.
That's actually pretty interesting. It's kind of cool.
I mean, we never spent a lot of time together. He was too busy being fleet admiral to deal with kids. I was raised by a pair of guardians instead. Until his defeat during the colony war, though, he was known as an extremely effective commander. Savvy, perceptive. That mind opened a lot of doors for him. And for me, too. But Ve Victus, for all his ability, was heartless. Ruthless to a fault. In the end, that's what cost him his life.
Any suggestions on what I should say to the cabinet?
Well, thinking about it more, I suspect there'd be value in sharing the fact that the Terramorph project was, well, a failure. There's no need to be afraid of this data being weaponized. Knowing that should calm some of the cabinet's fears and make it easier for us to dispel any suspicions the other factions might have about our intentions. Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed. The Terramorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous, which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise.
All right, so we're gonna go.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
All right, so we're gonna go join this meeting. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take off my pack.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
So I really need to get some ammo. But we'll figure that out at some point in time. I just want to start this quest. So we're gonna go over here and join the cabinet meeting. I mean, look how many freaking levels there are. Defense, Research, Health, and Human Services. Office of Interstellar Affairs. And I actually haven't been up here, so...
Hello. Oh, we should just close out the Varun files. Waste the drive space.
I do have to say too, I like the variety in terms of like the you know, the voice acting, you know, they're just the characters. There's a lot of variety.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Thanks, don't keep my ship fueled, ma'am. Just following orders.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories: UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
We're still trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make any informed decision without data. We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible Terramorph apocalypse. I'm just here to talk about what happened. Hadrian's the one with the grand plans.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic, and at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
Hell yeah, lady. What do you mean? Shit was fucking terrifying. I only know what I was told. It's tissue matched. Yeah,
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
If there's a chance what happened on Tau Ceti could happen elsewhere, we need to grant the request. Yes, if the fear is the data being weaponized, the Terramorph program failed, the data is not dangerous.
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more information. However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to...
What the hell?
What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
What the hell, bro?
More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is
We're
a
in here
citywide
just
panic.
they're in here like sitting
Yes,
and talking,
ma'am.
but like they're not fucking doing anything.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support.
Like,
I'll
bro,
make the
run.
order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Alright, so we gotta go to the spaceport. Why y'all running in here? Holy shit. So I guess Sarah disliked the fact that we were asking to access the archives without more data. What the fuck?
Now!
What are you doing? Trying to fire, Captain!
Not
Dude, what the hell? Alright, so we need to equip the EM weapon. Dude, I have no idea what the hell. I mean, I was shooting them because they were fucking hitting the security guard. What? I don't know. What the hell?
Do this.
What the hell just happened, bro? Alright, so we need to equip the EM weapon. Equip followers with EM weapons to engage non-lethally. Ah, I see.
You're done.
What is going on, bro?
There's another one. Ah, got one. Took 'em out!
Incapacitate the attackers. That's what I'm doing.
Lights out on that one.
You're not supposed to.
Bring it on.
Dude, what the hell is going on, bro?
Thank you for what you did. We didn't.
I'm so fucking confused.
The way those people were acting. I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We'd tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
So does this mean I need to worry about you turning on me?
I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them, but still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the Terramorph. I honestly was just wondering the same thing. But no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a Terramorph try it on me before. I'm not susceptible. So we'll just have to make sure to watch out for each other down there.
Alright, so we need to get the hell down there.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
So that explains this whole thing that just happened right here. It was so fucking confusing, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so we're gonna head on over to the spaceport and try to take these damn Terramorphs out. Hopefully it's not a lot, but I'm gonna have a feeling it's gonna be quite a few. Oh, damn.
No time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
Roger that, lady. He said we don't have any fucking ammo. I probably should have gotten ammo.
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
There! Shoot it! Shoot it! Here! It's here! You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good!
Thing is, oh hell, bro. Holy fuck!
Not gonna last much longer.
Better not kill Sarah, bitch. Oh, reload the damn gun. Oh shit. Fucking bitch.
Wait.
Now we're over encumbered. Hold on.
Are you and this woman experts?
The game glitched out.
Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. We're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We hold them as best we can.
All right, so we're gonna speak to the fire team.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
Are you sure you're not gonna turn us out there?
Roger that. We're on you. Stay sharp.
All right, so what we're gonna do, if I can access my damn menu. The game is like glitching out for some reason. There we go. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna take a few things. Take a battle stem. We'll eat some cheese. Drink some OJ with our cheese. All right, let's go, boys. We got Vasco over here not doing a damn thing. Could be helping us out, but he's not doing it.
What is this?
Oh, God. Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to put down that floor!
I am!
Help! Help! They're gonna kill me!
Why the fuck is Vasco hitting me, bro? Come on, Vasco, stop hitting me and fucking get the thing. What? Dude, what is happening? I feel like the game's bugging out or some shit. Like Vasco's over here hitting me. We really need some freaking ammo.
It's got me! Where are you?
They're everywhere! All around! No!
Right.
I'm gonna try and hit it with the EM gun.
Which one is going to kill me?
Can we shoot ourselves? That way we're not fucking under this trance.
Here they come along the path to end their living days at last.
The hell, bro? Actually, let me see if I have a nade. I think I have a grenade in my, yeah, I do. So let me...
Who's gonna save you? Nothing's gonna save you!
We're literally down to our last. We leveled up. I think Sarah got the job done. Fucking killed this thing.
We should go tell the sergeant what happened.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
Damn right. Alright, so we're gonna head on back.
Don't leave any of that behind.
Take that guy's gene tag. Wait, did someone else die over here? No. Alright, so we're gonna talk to Sergeant Yumi.
Thank the heavens you're back in one piece. I guess our people weren't so lucky.
That's what they signed up for. Not my fault they couldn't hack it. So, I mean, we probably could have done it by ourselves. I mean, honestly, actually thinking about it, if we did, we probably would have died because I had no fucking ammo. So, I guess because of my incompetence and the fact that I didn't have ammo, I guess they died because of that. So, yeah.
The few protecting the many.
And it would have been plenty more if it hadn't been for the two of you. The city owes you both a debt after this.
We were just in the right place at the right time. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Alright, so we're gonna report to President Abello in the cabinet room. So I think everything is locked down, so we can't access any stores. So we're gonna have to make our way over to the train.
The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
Carrying enough clutter there, or should we find some more?
I don't appreciate the sarcasm, Sarah. So I wonder how this is gonna unfold. And like, who put, someone had to, you know, transported the damn terramorphs to the planet. And I still don't know if I trust Hadrian. I don't know. Like, she just so happened to be you know, at that settlement when that terramorph thing attacked and she was the only one alive. And then we're trying to get access to the, you know, the archives.
Nothing's getting to the cabinet.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
We're counting on you, Captain.
Ah, there you are.
Don't let my people's sacrifice
I
be in
believe
vain.
we have some things we should discuss.
The loss of life.
Captain?
The damage to the
Hadrian? It would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
I take my gratitude and credits. Real estate are luxury goods.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all
Let me guess, that's me?
Are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Tell me what I'm getting first and I'll consider it.
We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
And what do I get for being a UC citizen?
It has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods and services across the UC. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you on your feet. But above all, you'd become a dedicated part of the greatest faction in the galaxy. If you're willing to help us, we can open that door. I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Heroes were meant to down at that spaceport.
That
includes you.
Just over, we got 10,800 credits.
Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
Speak to Deputy McIntyre. So that's what we're gonna do next. So I'm gonna pull up the mission tab real quick. All right, so we got friends like these. President Abello has directed me to speak to Deputy McIntyre over in interstellar affairs. It sounds like she's going to help me get access to the archives. And then I believe we have It's not that one. It's this one. No, it's not that one either. No, it's this one. So we can deliver news about SysDef's attack on the Key, deliver news about the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis. And then we can find new stories. Okay, so that's the one that popped up. I just wanted to see what else popped up on the mission update. All right, so let's go talk to this McIntyre person.
Okay.
What's up?
Hello.
What's up, bro?
These orders. A Vanguard captain. Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require.
Permanently reduces fuel needed for a grab jump.
Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
Damn, Sarah. Just let me do my thing. Shit.
That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Why, yes, we do.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
I was about to say, because House Varun is like a bunch of savage fucking lunatics. I mean, we've already, you know, come into contact with the Freestar Collective. I don't think we'll have an issue there, but House Varun?
No. Each is a strip of several million random numbers generated on the fly based on biometric keys kept by each of the ambassadors on their person at all times. They're impossible to create without those keys, and those keys stay with the ambassadors, meaning we're accessing nothing if we can't get them on our side.
All right, got it. So we got to get the keys. No problem. I'm just going to need some electrodes, a tooth extractor, and some sodium pentothal. I don't know why I had a hard time pronouncing that fucking word.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Let's start with Varun.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge.
When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here.
He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
What's wrong with...
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat. House Varun Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Faroon did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
It does, but there's a concern. We're not 100% sure Balmor is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
What do I do if he's dead?
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
The embassy is still legally House Faroon's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
How does he stand out?
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here. This device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
The good Ambassador Ratcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
If Sam is any example of how stubborn the Freestar people can be, then I can imagine how difficult it must be dealing with this ambassador.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
We gotta pump her for information? Damn, man. All right, so we gotta go about it that way, huh?
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe.
All right, well, never
less of
mind.
a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts. All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Alright, so I wanted to do House Faroon first, but let's go ahead and do the Freestar Collective one first.
Howdy.
Howdy. Let me just take a look at our apparel. Oh yeah, so we ended up getting, I'm gonna actually showcase this real quick. We ended up getting the Mark 1 spacesuit. If you guys do not know, but it's in the basement of the lodge in a container, and it's locked behind an expert lock or digipick lock. But there's a tiny little like opening in the glass door. If you actually aim it just right, your camera, you can actually loot it, which is actually pretty insane. But that's the suit. I think it's the most badass suit in the entire game. I mean, look at the value. It's 35,000. I don't know, it looks pretty damn sick. But we're gonna we'll just stick with what we have. You know, I like to role play when I start doing stuff like this. Like if I'm going to meet a couple diplomats, I don't want to be dressed up as a fucking, you know, wearing a spacesuit. Alright, so we gotta head over to the Freestar Collective Embassy. It looks like the city is, you know, not on lockdown anymore.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yui was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
Alright, so cool. So we can go and talk to Sergeant Yumi.
What? Oh, sorry.
And we can continue to do a couple like security side quests. Help out the security department.
Sorry, but I need sign off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot in there.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing, not a peace treaty. It could cause an incident. It would mean my job, sir. Fine.
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
This is pretty damn cool.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador in her office. Go on through.
So I'm sure it's not gonna be as easy as, you know, come in here, get the damn thing, and then walk out. Like, I'm sure.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. That means you.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
I wonder why she doesn't like them so much. so she's in here.
Terramorphs, as in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
This building is Freestar sovereign territory. So in here, we're the law.
I know.
I'm sorry.
The hell?
Do you have an appointment?
You seem like a late. No, that's not gonna work.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
Nope, they sent me to beg. Please, please, pretty, please. I mean, I don't want to go with this one.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
Are you serious? There was just an attack on the city. You're really not gonna help us?
Yeah?
All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this persuasion aid.
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives. You're really gonna push
I'm gonna try and
this?
persuade her.
All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince me. Understood. I'm listening.
The Terramorph Xenoweapons project was a failure. That knowledge isn't dangerous.
You know that for sure. That is interesting.
You were a soldier. It was your job to protect, and that's what we intend to do with this data.
I suppose you're right. Our job and our responsibility.
How many lives are you willing to risk here because you have a grudge against the UC? And this is tough.
You think this is about a grudge? This is about safety, and that's not something I take lightly. Captain, I'm sorry, but my answer is not changing. The UC is just gonna have to find another way. Now, I presume you can see yourself out.
Fuck, man.
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
So let's talk to some of these staff members.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier.
I have a lot of respect for this city and its residents, unlike some people around here.
Heard that, huh? Yeah, the ambassador likes to treat us like family, and she doesn't care for most of them either. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her. You want to work with me? Why don't we talk somewhere a bit more private?
All right, so we're gonna follow Cameron. But there's actually a slate. Is it behind her office? All right, so we can't get in there. Fuck did he go?
So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me?
We need help preventing more terramorph attacks, and we're not expecting the ambassador's support.
No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me?
Yeah, we're not gonna lie about it because, like, he knows there was an attack on the city. So I don't think we need to, like, cover that up.
Okay, first you need her bio key, and that thing doesn't leave her side. Better chance of splitting the atom with a spoon than me getting that from her. The code machine. Only the ambassador's cleared for in there. Sorry.
Alright, damn, bro. Just get me access to her quarters.
Quarters. Huh. Well, that's doable. And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services? Oh, wait. I thought you were looking to hire me. I'm not taking a bribe. That much, huh? Okay, yeah. Okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads into the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water. I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC.
Alright, so now we can access the ambassador's living quarters. What you doing, bro? Fuck you doing? This guy over here spying on us. I don't like it.
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
Yeah, we'll just head on over to the lobby. Can't see a fucking thing. What's over here? Damn, Sarah's scaring the shit out of me. Oh, so that's just a bathroom. So we're gonna drop down this little this hole right here. I feel like if we steal something, she's not gonna like it.
Patching in playback.
Son of a bitch! Cameron! Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again. Which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
What are you getting at, ma'am?
I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a seat, right? But what if one opened up? Twice as hard in what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him.
Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep.
Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh?
Good night, Eva.
And she's trying to get someone killed. All right, so we can confront Radcliffe. So we're gonna sneak on back through the vents. What's up, lady? Nice little office, conference room. Got some explaining to do, lady.
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives. Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about. No. If the council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives.
You call that a negotiation without even offering me a gift?
Good. I appreciate you working with me. Just like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those 2 items should be enough to allay any suspicions. You won't. You just need some time to consider. I can tell. let's just go get you your code while you decide what a reasonable idea this is.
Alright, so we're gonna follow her.
They tell me it should only take a moment.
What is this?
And there. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
Alright, so alright, so we got that. Or we got the code from her. So now we gotta go get the code from the House Varun Embassy.
You're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office. You said put anywhere else.
Alright, well, it looks like the embassy is right here. Looks all abandoned. So we're gonna see if we can, so we gotta go over here. So the entrance is right here. What the hell? It looks like we're gonna take the elevator, but I kind of just want to take a peek. Got some credits. That door's locked. It's pretty crazy. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna go up to this level.
Well, this isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy.
Follow the voice, restore power, but be aware of defenses. Alright, got it, bro.
I've never seen a tree like this before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way. I'm sure they had something we can use.
The hell? It's actually really creepy. shit. Oh, fuck. We're out of fucking ammo. This, our mining tools fucking doing the job, though. Oh, fuck.
You've got nothing.
What the hell, bro? Definitely need to make sure we stock up on ammo for our guns. So we need to go that way, but what we're gonna do... Alright, so let me see if I have any ammo. So I'm gonna load this one up. I'm gonna keep my cutter equipped. Alright, this shit is definitely spooky as hell. Got some creds right here. Just trying to loot all this shit because I don't know. If I'll be able to come back. Fuck. I don't know what the fuck just happened. we're stuck in this tree. Dude, fucking move, bro. Dude, what the Oh my god, bro. What the fuck is happening? My god, bro.
This is gonna end badly for you.
Fuck did he go?
Might as well take what we can.
I mean, that's the plan. All right, so we found the last one. Proceed to the basement, beware demons. Well, that doesn't sound, that doesn't sound like fun. Got it, bro. There's demons in the basement. Alright, so what we're gonna have to do is take some aid. So we're gonna go back downstairs. I'm not a fan of the fact that we have no fucking ammo. think we're gonna die, guys. That's my bad. Shit. Where'd you go, bitch? Is he healing? So we gotta approach the stranger.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Alright, so we gotta speak with him. Let me, Let me see if you got any health, bro. Before I talk to you, because we're about to die. All right, so we got a storeroom key, but let me go over here real quick. All right, so we got a trauma pack, thank God. That's it? All right, well. Let me take this trauma pack real quick before we talk to him.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack, then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
Did you say that poor thing pouring out clouds upstairs is called a Venom tree?
Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand? I take it you didn't have such an experience where you were then, Yes, the entire embassy was thrown into lockdown, trapping me in my quarters, disabling the Venom tree's filters, and arming the defenses. A disconcerting experience, to say the least. Was the rest of the city spared? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably, Do I see this all clearly?
Correct. We're going to use the data in the archives to better understand and stop these attacks.
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy, with little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
We'll do everything we can to make certain that happens.
Well, then I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
Alright, so we have to acquire the code from this guy.
Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
Is it really necessary for you to drag around all that gear?
Alright, so we're gonna return to Deputy McIntyre. Alright, so we made it back to the Interstellar Affairs office.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time. Regardless, superlative work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Alright, so we have to report to the Armistice archives. All right, well, looks like the... All right, well, we made it to the Armistice Archives. We're gonna pop in here and see what we can find out. Armistice Archives. So I've actually come in here before. I think it was like the first or second episode.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules.
Approach the monitoring station.
Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
All right, so we can only access Unit 18. We were standing right next to the first one. Well, not the first one, but one of them.
You may proceed, Captain.
Oh, bro, this is so damn sick. Oh, we gotta take a pic. You know what I mean? We gotta get a little pic. So I wonder what else is in here, you know what I mean?
Is it really necessary for you to drag around all that gear?
Oh, it's definitely necessary. Pretty damn important shit. Alright, so we gotta return the data to, I believe, the McIntyre chick. Alright, so we're gonna head back on over to the Internal Affairs office. All right, before we head on into talk to the McIntyre lady, I'm gonna we actually have a skill point that I'm gonna use. On my carrying capacity. I mean, we're still overweight.
Hello.
But that hopefully, and over time, you know, we'll continue to upgrade that one.
Captain.
We got one more level.
Surprised to find out we're having visitors as we work.
Major Sinan and I were just discussing the merits of your planned interfactional cooperation. I think it's a great idea. Get them invested in the solution. Make it clear we've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure they'll be lovely house guests.
Now, Captain, if you wouldn't mind transferring the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing next steps.
I don't know about this, man.
Time for us to start getting some real answers and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right.
Plus, you don't need her word. We'll be setting up oversight alongside the collective.
Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Should even be able to house its own cadre of independent observers. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Alright, so we're gonna have to follow McIntyre, but at some point in time, we're gonna have to follow or head on over to Mars and talk to Hadrian. I'm still a little skeptical, man. I don't know what it is. The fuck? I don't know what it is, but I don't know. It just feels off, if that makes sense.
Just doesn't add up. Spaceport has anti-Xeno protocols. How the hell there's a whole herd of Terramorphs touched?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, how the hell? How the hell did the Terramorphs get into the spaceport? Shit doesn't add up at all. And we got a nice view.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies?
Damn right.
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
Ask for me by name. Who are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I can't share any more without your word. Do I have it? Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Damn, bro. So we actually have a couple POIs that we can go out and kind of investigate. All right, so let me pull up. Subsection 7.
Having a good one?
All right, so let's check this out real quick.
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
What is that? Like a little armory?
Logging, authorized entry, unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
I wonder what this is. A lot of mystery and intrigue. What the fuck?
Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get, which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
A guy who couldn't afford a place with a view.
Perceptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies. To warrant my execution, the official charges I faced after the war were twofold. The first was the destruction of civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne, a battle during which those civilian ships were actively attacking my fleet. The other was ordering the bombing of the Londinian spaceport to halt the spread of the Terramorph outbreak there. The city and its citizens were lost, but countless others likely saved. And for doing what was right, I was put on trial, and my life irrevocably changed.
The UC faked his death. I mean, this is kind of crazy, guys. Like the fact that this whole time we thought that they executed him, but he's still here.
One final act of rebellion by the leadership that lost the colony war. The trial was authentic. I faced tribunal with dignity, but my execution, staged. A lethal injection that was anything but. The cabinet at the time, long gone now, wished to keep me on as an advisor, and considering the other option, I was in no place to refuse. So I elected to trade my freedom for my continued existence. But such is the life of a soldier.
That's Hadrian's last name.
Very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do.
I'm kind of interested in this whole cloning thing.
It was an attempt by the United Colonies to solidify its own legacy, forging a new generation of great leaders. They were raised by adoptive families made up of scholars and tacticians, trained at the United Colonies' greatest scientific and military academies, displayed incredible promise. But by the time the Colony War came to a close, there was only Hadrian. But that's ancient history now. You have much more pressing matters at hand, with which I can help. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with.
Track down war criminals, people like you. How's that work?
Well, who better to find them? But many of them I knew personally, and I've always had a mind for details. Where someone was born, next of kin. You'd be shocked how often an otherwise brilliant criminal flees to the planet just next to the one where they were born, or where a family member resides. I simply use my own personal knowledge and the information our group collects for me to track them down and set things right. One task. That's all I require. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colonies' more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know.
About to say, like, why don't you have the recovery team do this?
Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, you might become a part of our team. And this might be something of a tryout.
How do I know you're killing an innocent man?
I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that someone might be tying up this loose end at long last. Though I would ask you, do not make the mistake of confusing me for a simple cutthroat.
How about arrest him and turn him over to UC?
You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it. If that's what you require to sleep at night, so be it. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria, Wolf System. There is a star station in the vicinity, the Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Alright, so we can speak to Deputy McIntyre and tell her or ask her why the fuck she just let us talk to this Victus guy.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
So he's actually alive. It's pretty crazy. This motherfucker probably knows too. So we just got a mission or activities thing popped up. Let me see. All right, so let's go speak to this chick. But yeah, it's actually crazy. So they lied to the entire fucking human race about executing this guy. So I bet you if the Freestar Collective found out, it would definitely start another war.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy. Captain, please, keep your voice down. The situation with the prisoner is a complex one. A holdover from a different era. But it's a situation we've been managing as discreetly and humanely as we can for some time now. And the most critical part of that management is making sure no one else learns of it. Do I make myself clear? The Major doesn't have clearance for this sort of information, and she certainly doesn't need a distraction from her current, very important work. Which is why I need you to keep this to yourself.
We're gonna keep it to ourselves. I mean, she didn't really have a good relationship with with him anyway, so.
Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing? Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question, but bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return?
The location...
Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting?
That's it, lady.
Then I'll
We already know where the den is.
And remind you of the importance of discretion.
Bitch. We took down the entire damn Crimson Fleet. I don't think you know who you're talking to.
What?
Alright guys, we're gonna end it there. But I just gotta say, things are getting pretty interesting over here in New Atlantis. You know, we just found out that Vae Victis is alive. And I'll tell you what, if the Free Star Collective finds out, there's gonna be another war. You know, he's supposed to be dead. He killed, you know, innocent people. He did a lot of shady shit. And, you know, now we're technically, I guess, not working for him, but we gotta do something for him. So I don't know, it seems a little weird. And the fact that the United Colonies knows about this makes it even shadier. But, you know, I'm enjoying these faction quest lines in Starfield so far. I think they're really well done. You know, the places you go to, the people you see, you know, the politics, all that sorts of stuff. But I'm loving it. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough. If you guys are, you know, smash that like button, drop a comment down below. You know, let me know, you know, what you're doing in your playthrough. Are you like, what's your favorite part of this episode? Just drop a comment. Let's chat it up a little bit. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And with that being said, take care, guys. Stay positive, and I'll see you in the next one.